I count money with the same calm I use to count the days that don't come back. The chair spins slowly behind the scratched counter, and the neon lights from the sign outside slip through the glass like fish in an aquarium. My name is Roxy Delgado, and this is the story of how I learned to survive in a city that sells dreams by the hour and charges interest for being late. I work the streets. I also dance in a cheap club when the night demands rhythm. I answer to goals like any salesperson. Number of contacts, time spent, total income. The only thing that changes is the product. I don't romanticize it. I organize it. I breathe. I come back the next day. Before we continue, write in the comments which city and country you're watching from. It's incredible to see how far these voices can travel. My world fit between Fremont Street and a few blocks behind it. A geography of fake chandeliers, oversized billboards, and alleys that smell like grease and disinfectant. The real bosses don't appear in photos. They show up when you're late paying the security fee that my pimp, Deshaun Pike, calls protection. Protection is a fancy name for fear on a payment plan. He wore a heavy watch, a trained smile, and that kind of presence that sticks to your skin. The deal was simple. Part of what I earned went back to him, like paying rent for my own body. I had clock-in time, clock-out time, and a target to hit. Back then, the city was hungry. It was the early 2000s, tourism booming, hotels changing themes like outfits, all competing for attention, and the police reminded everyone that in Clark County, prostitution is illegal. Anyone working the streets learns to read patrol cars by the sound of their engines. When they slow down, they want to talk. When the lights flash, it's time to scatter. I counted footsteps, cameras, escape routes. I had a mental list of restaurant bathrooms that let me in, guards who accepted a bottle of water as a peace offering, and cab drivers who drove without questions. Then the killings began. The first was Mina, zebra print top, laughter that could pay rent. The day before, we sat at a corner bar that served warm soda and stale nachos. She'd bought a cheap cherry red lipstick and asked me to hold the mirror. She talked about her sister in Phoenix, about saving money to move, about dreaming of rain in a place where it almost never rains. I joked that rain in Vegas is a sign of luck when your feet are still on the ground. We laughed, shared a cigarette I didn't even smoke, and agreed to meet the next night to share a taxi ride and save a few bucks. It never happened. They found her body in a vacant lot past Sloan, on the way to Henderson, where the city lights fade and the desert shows its teeth. They said it was quick. I don't believe in quick deaths. Deaths of women like us are never quick. The news spread fast. Everyone went on alert. The second was Angel, my locker partner at the club. The day she disappeared, we went to a pawn shop. She swore she'd get back a necklace she'd pawned months ago. She left without the necklace, but bought a blue nail polish that she lent me in the dressing room. We painted our nails laughing, and she told me that when she left this life, she'd open a taco truck on Boulder Highway. I told her I'd be her first customer. She hugged me quickly, that kind of hug from someone who has to get back on stage. Then came Tasha, who promised to leave the streets once she'd saved enough for her sister's school tuition. I saw her the night she disappeared near Fremont East. We leaned against a wall. She showed me a keychain pepper spray, the same one Nina and Jelly had bought from the same vendor. Tasha told me not to walk alone for a few days, that something's happening. It wasn't just talk. It was certainty that crawls under your skin. The whole street was on edge. Fear walked beside us like a shadow. I carried the spray in my hand, the phone in my pocket, and a prayer in my chest. I saw Tasha cross the street, turn the corner, and disappear into the crowd. The next day, she became the new victim. The way they found them made your stomach turn. Bodies too clean, as if someone wanted to erase their own guilt. Nylon marks around their wrists. And in 2 cases, a red lipstick tossed inside the purse, like a calling card. The city gave him a name, the Desert Ripper. I hate when killers get names and victims get forgotten. Only after the 3rd body, when even those who pretended not to see felt the weight, did the police form a task force. For us, that meant more flashlights in our faces, longer questioning, and maybe a chance to stop the spiral. Tension had lived among us for weeks. Whispers on curbs, shared routes, sprays clutched in hands. I understood quickly that my survival depended on cooperation, not because I trusted them, but because I needed someone to trust me. The first contact came on a scorching day. A detective with her hair tied tight and eyes that didn't flinch. Detective Mariah Holt. She approached me with the calm of a teacher who knows the subject, said she needed to understand our routines to map patterns. I didn't give pretty sentences. I gave times, streets, license plates that looked familiar, repeated walks. I described the man with the worn-out cap who never took his hand from his left pocket, the one too tall for his car, the one who smelled like diner grease, the one who spoke about his wife with polite rage. I gave her pieces. She said pieces make a puzzle at the lab. The investigation felt like a low-budget TV show, without the cuts to commercial. They photographed scenes, cordoned off areas, collected fibers from back seats, fingerprints from doorknobs, DNA from under fingernails. They talked about AFIS for prints, CODIS for DNA, ALS lights to find invisible traces, and luminol for hidden blood. We listened to those big words and translated them. Will it catch him? I hated seeing the bodies, but I learned the patterns. Same nylon knot in all three, what Mariah called a semi-slip knot. Quick to tie, hard to loosen, nails too clean, washed with bleach, microscopic glitter in the hair of Mina and Angel, the same used on cheap club stages along Boulder Highway. And the sand in their shoes matched the same dirt lot parking area. The lab worked patiently, fibers, DNA, prints, luminol, everything cataloged. I asked what they could really do with that. Mariah answered carefully. Science helps when it finds repetition. I learned to wait, without inventing hope. And while I waited, I kept working. With fear, with method, with discipline that felt like prayer without a god. Deshawn didn't like me talking to cops. Said I was bringing trouble. Said if I turned informant, I'd vanish in the desert like the others. I heard what mattered and locked the rest away. He was part of my risk. I was part of his profit. That was our dirty bond. Survival by mutual dependence. The deaths continued. The city grew tense. The press learned to spell our pain in headlines. Mariah came back with lab updates. The glitter contained polyester mixed with confetti from a specific brand, identifiable by its edge cut. Confetti isn't all the same. Labs know that. It pointed to one common supplier. I thought of the Starlight Lounge, a club I avoided because the stage smelled of mold and the side exit opened to a blind alley. They used cheap confetti. Makes photos look festive even when the air smells like fatigue. I gave Mariah the name. She wrote it down without promises. Forensics went to the Starlight like tailors taking measurements. They sampled the floor, curtains, fans, and boxes of confetti from storage. The lab said it matched the one found in the victim's hair. It didn't prove who, but it mapped where. Meanwhile, the coroner noticed fine cuts on the inner arms, made before death, likely from zip ties tightened and then cut. Those are used by security guards and event crews, people who tie cables, block access, move barriers. Mariah's search tightened toward contracted security companies, casino parking lots, trade shows, conventions. I had something cops didn't. Men who talk too much. When men trust wrong, they confess by accident. One of them, Evan Pierce, sold audio and lighting equipment. Always had scratched hands and smelled like duct tape. Said his wife had left, work was slow, needed company. I noticed a crescent scratch on his thumb, the kind made when you yank a zip tie too fast. I'm not a detective. I'm a survivor. But I know patterns. I told Mariah. No drama. Just his hours, the partial license plate, and his favorite bar to watch basketball. They built quiet surveillance. 2 weeks watching. He worked as parking security, bought zip ties in bulk, kept gloves in his glove box, and hung around the Starlight without spending. Fibers from his car matched those from one scene. Partial DNA under Tasha's nails matched him. At his apartment, glitter and confetti identical to the club's. In his bathroom drain, the same residue. Newspaper clippings about the murders, notes with schedules, moral lines about cleaning the city, computer searches, club exit hours, routes without cameras. His ex-wife talked about obsession, control, and inspection rituals. His therapist mentioned resentment toward women, fed by shame and rejection. Hatred turned into a hobby disguised as purpose. The lab tied everything together. Glitter from his carpet matched Mina's hair, fibers from his car matched Angel's scene, partial DNA under Tasha's nails matched Evan, zip tie knots identical to those found on the victims. Tire treads, rare pattern, matched one of his vehicles. The DA requested an arrest warrant. The word serial stuck to his file forever. Deshawn tried to make the arrest about himself, said he always suspected. I let him talk. Some people can't live without lying for profit. My profit was staying alive. The trial came. The city exhaled. They didn't call me to testify. Better that way. Mariah called from an unknown number. It worked. Thank you. I hung up and cried the kind of tears the night allows. I wish I could say the work changed. It didn't. The streets don't learn fast. Police move on. Tourists arrive with the same desires and speeches about freedom. I still keep my ledger. What comes in, what goes out, what's left for the escape that never happens. Deshawn still collects his tax and calls it protection. I answer with silence and planning. I'm no movie hero. I'm a woman on shift, carrying memories that never asked for permission. But something did change. I stopped confusing survival with destiny. I memorized numbers that always answer. Mariah, a hospital doctor, a driver I trust, a social worker who taught me how to hide emergency bills. I mapped new routes, hid documents where no cleaner looks. Living here is complex engineering. When I pass the Starlight, now a sad karaoke bar, a knot rises in my throat. I remember Mina, Angel, Tasha, and the others reduced to footnotes. I remember the glitter, the confetti, the plastic ties. I think of the lab, blue gloves, numbered tubes, patient hands. I think about how the city believed for days that a trucker solved the story, when it was the evidence that told the truth. I return to the counter when Dawn gets tired. I open the drawer, check the cash box, close the book. The club changes songs. The bouncer yawns. Outside, a taxi honks lazily. I exist between what the law says and what life demands. I don't ask permission to keep going. I ask for wisdom not to get lost. Did you follow the clues all the way to the end? Then do the protocol. Leave your like as a fingerprint, drop your theory in the report, share it with someone who can handle the night, and subscribe. The next case file's already on its way. Scene closed. Next dossier coming soon.